Hey guys, welcome back again for another video. Today's a really exciting one with Sancho and Tony. They're going to be in the infield, but they're doing engine failures in the hover. This is a fascinating exercise because it's one that you can't practice thinking about and actually studying about. You can't sit there and read a book and say, okay, I understand this exercise, now I can go do it. It's one of those ones where it's a muscle memory. You have to do it so many times over and over and over and over again, and every single time you're going to correct little things here and there. Just one little correction on this one, try it again, one little correction on this one, try it again, and it has to become a muscle memory thing so that if it were to happen to you at any point in time where you're in the hover and the engine were to quit, you're just going to be able to do it by muscle memory. So, I could be sitting in the helicopter at any given time, the engine would quit on me, and I can react fairly comfortably because I've done thousands upon thousands of them again and again. So, we do this on annual recurrency training and so forth. You have a surprise engine failure, and just all of a sudden, the examiner will roll that throttle off on you, and you have to be ready for that. That's something where all of the other exercises that we do in the course, in the training course, are actually not really like that. You have to practice them, you have to think about them, you have to be more intellectual about them and understand how they work and everything. Obviously, you need to understand how the engine failure in the hover works, but it really has to be done because it's such a fast thing, it happens so quickly, it just has to be a muscle memory thing. So enjoy this one, you're definitely going to like it.
Okay, and so for landing with these, do we want to land, well, I mean, we're in the wind now.
Yeah, it's the wind's from the south, so let's land here in this direction.
Okay.
That was great. It felt really nice. The approach all the way to the infield felt very consistent.
Yeah.
Kind of consistently decreasing the altitude, consistently decreasing the airspeed, and then we didn't have a specific target in mind this first time around.
Yeah.
So we ended up probably 100 feet back there.
Yeah,
our approach.
Kind of aiming for back. I thought the pad was back over there, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
That's fine. The approach was good. We weren't, like I say, I didn't give you a target, so that was great.
Where's that other pad?
So there's one further that way, and there's one further that way.
Oh, there is one over here then?
Yeah, but it's kind of right at the edge of our 200 foot,
Right.
from the edge of the runway.
Okay.
Awesome. So it's actually better out here than I thought. We've got lots of grass sticking through and stuff, so there's no issue with reference.
Okay.
Let's do a couple of quick things before you drop me back off again.
Okay.
Let's come up in the air. We'll go into the hover over here in the grass.
Okay.
And we'll do a couple of engine failures in the hover.
Okay.
It's been a bit since we've done those, but we'll just do a refresher on those.
Awesome. Okay. All my lights are off, orders in the green, fuel sufficient, temperature pressures are in the green, switches are on, working auto, friction off, area is clear, cabin secure.
So just to review, we'll be ready to go. I'm going to roll. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Then I'm going to roll. As soon as I roll, you're going to want to put in a lot of left pedal, little tiny bit of left sight leg, and then just land the helicopter. And you're going to land it by raising slowly on the collective, right?
Okay. First one I'll do with you,
Yeah.
and then I'll have an idea of
Sounds good.
what we're doing here.
All right, let's do this together.
Okay.
Eyes outside.
Up front.
Yeah. And I'm going to roll in 3, 2, 1. Lots of left pedal, and then just cushion that landing. Pretty
Right,
much go
right.
full left pedal
Right.
right off the bat. And then it's just a nice slow pull with the collective.
Okay.
We don't want to stop our descent, we just want to cushion it all the way down
Okay, now that's simulating engine failure
in the hover.
in the hover.
Yeah.
Okay. That differentiates from the other side.
Yeah, it's as an exercise, it's quite different than auto rotation.
Right.
But you don't want to think about them the same way at all. It's
Okay.
a totally separate exercise, done differently.
Okay. In regards to doing my takeoff checks, for these exercises, do you want me to go over it every time or more or less for a circuit?
Yeah, for every circuit, I definitely want you to do it. If we're just doing quick takeoffs and landings like this, you don't need to do it every single time,
Keep an eye on things.
but definitely every time you go for a circuit.
Okay, we got our one 190 and overview of my head. So roll throttle off. We're doing left pedal, flying to the ground, and cushioning with collective.
That's right. Perfect.
So where my collective is now, I'm coming up from there.
That's right. Yeah, you never lower it. It's always from wherever it is. Just slow cushion as you need to cushion your landing.
Okay. Fly with you on that one, but I have the concept.
On this one, I'm going to let you do the whole thing. I'll be obviously close by,
Okay.
but I want to let you do it.
Okay.
Make sure your eyes stay outside.
Are we at a good height here?
Yeah, this is great.
Okay.
I'm going to roll in 3, 2, 1. Not bad. A little bit of backdrift there. So just got to fix that on the way down with the cycling.
Okay.
But nice cushion with the collective. That felt really good.
So we're gonna.
Pedal work is good.
Okay. We're gonna wanna. It's gonna wanna move back inside to the right.
It will always want to go to the right for sure because you're pushing all that left pedal in.
Right.
So you need a little bit of left cycling for that, and then the forward and aft, you just need to make sure that you're not drifting.
Okay.
It doesn't specifically want to fly forward or back. It's just sometimes the inputs you make will determine that.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of wind from our nose, so that will push us slightly backwards.
Okay. And I just left that off a little bit there.
Dig in.
Did I leave? I left off a little bit on the cycling.
We just need to make sure that whatever we need to go straight down with the cycling.
Okay.
It all happens fairly quickly. We just want to make sure that we're correcting for it.
Okay.
Which you were doing. I saw you push forward in the cycling as we were touching down.
Okay.
We just want to make that a little bit sooner.
Okay.
For Charlie, Abbotsford Tower, India Charlie Hotel.
Alright. He's towards that building there. Our eyes outside.
Okay. We got our heading.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and roll in 3, 2, 1. So that one, we just didn't start raising the collective right away. We want to make sure that...
Oh, I waited too long?
Yeah, I kind of had to initiate the collective a little bit on that one, otherwise we would have just hit the ground.
Okay.
So make sure, as you put that left pedal in, you start raising that collective.
Same time.
Same time.
Okay.
And if you do it nice and slowly, but right at the beginning, then you'll just cushion it down. If you wait too long, then you have to pull really quickly,
Okay.
just to stop us from not hitting the ground.
Okay. The more we do, the more better it'll get.
That's right.
Echo Lima, pop in, kill trigger first.
There's a surprise one for you.
Yeah.
And it was good. You stopped us 45 degrees roughly with the nose. The tiniest little bit of slide or drift, but nothing too major.
That bounces.
And you cushioned it. That bounce was just because it was a bit late on the collective and then a lot of pull. So we kind of touched down, and as we were touching, we were pulling a lot, so we came momentarily back up and then back down again.
Okay.
It's just a timing thing, but it was safe, and that was awesome because it was a surprise.
Okay.
Which those are the hardest, obviously, to do.
Thank you. So taking off into the wind at this point.
Yeah, it's not really super possible. So we'll take off initially southbound, and then we'll turn left.
Okay. And
It's
we
kind of quartering to the wind.
Okay.
Because the wind is from the south, why don't we practice the approach from the north side? We'll go over the lake and then in over the power poles.
Excellent. Okay. So if I think there's if I'm hitting, just trying not to second guess, as long as my rotor's in the green and my power and everything's up and the helicopter starts catching turbulence or otherwise, then that's...
Just gotta fly through it.
Yeah, so as long as my rotor's good and everything, all my power settings are fine, there shouldn't be much else unless something else is gonna...
Yeah, unless you see a light on or something. Yeah.
Okay, so...
Bit of power down here.
For 500. I think we've done a circuit approach. Yeah. This
Yeah,
way.
just come over this field here. over this field here.
Okay. Picture here.
Yeah. That power down a bit more still. Otherwise you'll see we're going to come in pretty fast and high.
Okay. So where are we looking here?
So just past the blue barns, start coming left.
Left.
See the
Blue
power
bar.
poles past the blue barns there?
Yep. Okay.
We'll
see,
turn
see.
left there into the base.
Okay. So
Power down a bit more still. We want to come in about 30 knots, nice and low over those poles. Probably 30 feet over, 40 feet over those poles.
Okay.
Otherwise we end up really high. You can see our approach to BC helicopters looks pretty high.
Okay.
Let's
so
fix that now. Power.
Power hitter on there.
Yeah, that's looking better. Just keep it down there for now.
Okay. The wires are a little intimidating, are they?
Yeah, so if you go right over the pole, then you always can tell how high you are. There's
Okay.
no issue with the wires, as long as you're obviously clear of the pole.
Yep.
And we'll go right across. We'll land on pad 1 at the far end there.
Okay. So just bring it in like this
Yeah.
to the corner.
You can start moving your way across this way now. That way you stay into the wind. And if you end up just behind the pad, then when you turn downwind, then you can just come forward and down to the spot.
Right. So we're keeping into the wind here until we're ready to turn,
That's right.
and then now that we're over the pad.
Abbotsford Tower, Tango Charlie Hotel to cross 194 pad alpha. Tango Charlie Hotel, clear to cross runway 0119 left pad alpha, your discretion. Tango Charlie Hotel.
Beautiful landing. Wow. Probably your best landing here yet.
You think so?
Okay, you're dead straight in the middle. Fantastic.
Well, that's a good thing.
Sure, go clear to cross runway 19.
All right. This is exciting.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified when we post new videos. And we're going to talk to you in the next one. See ya.